welcome back to my channel. I'm your host Priscilla, and this is the Carnivore Journey. If you are new to my channel, I just want to say hi, and I want to say welcome, and thank you so much for taking the time to tune in today. And for those of you who've been following along with me for this entire journey, I just want to say thank you so much for your continued support. I definitely couldn't do this without each and every one of you. And for those of you who are just tuning in for the first time today, if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any more of my videos. So if you saw the title of the show, it was New Year 2025. Can you believe that we are already in the new year and it is already 2025? It just seems like a couple of days ago it was 2024. But all joking aside, I'm ready for a new year. I'm ready for a new start, ready for a new beginning, and New Year's resolutions and new goals. So before I tell you all the wonderful things I have planned for myself personally and for this channel, let's just go back and let me tell you about my year 2024, how I wrapped it up, and what I did over the holidays. So if I had to describe the year 2024 in just a few words, this is how I would describe it. A roller coaster of a ride. It had a lot of ups, it had a lot of downs, it had a lot of twisted and turns, and before you thought it was over, then all of a sudden it just kind of dropped you, and then it started all over again. And so that's kind of how I would summarize it. It wasn't the best year I ever had. It wasn't the worst year. It was just a year, but there were definitely a lot of highlight moments, and I wanted to talk about those few things with you right now. A few highlight moments were the kids are doing great in school. They're enjoying all their extracurricular activities. We introduced a new family member to our home. Back in August, my daughter had a beautiful little girl, and we're so excited. She is so wonderful, and this was her very first Christmas with us this year. And also, there's just been a lot of opportunities that have happened for me. This year, 2024, was a year of change, and I know I said that about the year 2023, but let me tell you the difference. The year 2023 was a different type of change, and the change that it came that year was for my health and wellness. As you all know, if you've been following this channel, you know that I was recovering from an injury that happened to me at a job. I was overweight, I was having a lot of inflammation, and I was dealing with some medical issues that are ongoing, unfortunately, for me, and I was in and out of the hospital a couple of times. This year was more of a change that I needed to figure out what I wanted to do as far as my career and maybe taking that next step in my personal life. So let me just elaborate on that for about 30 seconds. So in March of 2024, I was driving home from work, and reality really started kicking in for me. I was driving home from work. It was very late. I worked at this amazing restaurant, and the kind of restaurant that you want to work at. And I was driving home from work, and I realized that I may not be able to wait tables and continue in the restaurant business like I had been doing. I was hurting all the time. I wasn't able to keep up. My body was hurting. And I remember I became very sad. I started crying, and I didn't really know what I was going to do, because serving other people is what I feel like I am meant to do in this lifetime. And here I was thinking, now what? So I came home, and I spent a couple of days where I was, oh me, what am I going to do? And then one day I was sitting on the couch, and I said, okay, all right, I've got to figure this out. So I started making all different types of phone calls, and of course I was calling restaurants, and people were like, are you sure you want to be a server? Why don't you be a manager? Would you like to be a supervisor, an assistant manager? And I was just like, you know what, forget it. I've got to go down a different path. So then I started making different phone calls, and I decided to go back to teaching. So I'm very happy. Back in March, I got a job at a year-round little school, and that is what I started to do. I haven't been in a class since 2020, so I was really glad to be back teaching and doing something else that I really love doing. I love teaching, and I love serving. And then I got a text message one day from an old boss that I had worked for about a year and a half ago. She reached out to me. We started talking. She needed something from me. I needed something from her. And wham, bam, I was able to go back and work with her for about one day out of the week. So it just kind of all worked out. And that was a wonderful Christmas gift that just kind of landed in my lap. So not only do I get to teach during the week, but I get to serve on the weekends. Two things I absolutely love doing. So that is what I mean by a year of change for me when it comes to my career. I'm teaching full-time, and I'm just waiting tables part-time. So let's move on. I have been up to so much over the holidays. I can't wait to jump in this video and show you all the wonderful things that we did. So when I clocked out of work on December 20th, I put everything to the side. No more teaching, no waiting tables, and I even put doing carnivore on hold. But before I say I put carnivore on hold, let me tell you the details. I mean that I wasn't working on videos and editing, but I still stay true to carnivore and this way of eating. I know a lot of people during the holidays will give themselves a break. They just say, hey, I've been doing great all year, so during the holidays, I'm just gonna splurge, I'm just gonna eat, I'm just gonna enjoy. But to me, I just did not do that. I know the hold that food had on me before I started carnivore, so it's a little bit of a thing that I'm weary to go, okay, I've been eating great 11 months out of the year and I'm just gonna let it fly out the window for this month and then I'll get back on track, because I don't know if I'm there mentally and I just don't put myself in those situations. But for those of you who did decide to step out and enjoy the holidays, hey, this is your own personal journey, and what you do for you and what you decide to do for yourself are your decisions. But my decisions was to continue to stay on track and eat what is carnivore approved. So that is exactly what I did. We had an amazing holiday, and I'm so happy. This is the best Christmas break that I've had in a very long time, and we did so much. And so now I would like to share with you what we did. But before I do, I want to go ahead and open our show with a quote. So let's get started. Carnivore Journey 2025. So quote for the week is, whatever has happened in the past year, the new year brings fresh beginnings. And I feel like that is a very refreshing quote, because no matter what you did, no matter what you didn't do, no matter what you accomplished, or no matter what you didn't accomplish, that every year is a new beginning to try new things. And that is exactly what I feel like 2025 is. Hey, there may be some things I didn't accomplish, some things I did do, and some things I didn't do, and maybe things I want to do. And every year is just a fresh and new beginning. So don't get too hung up on last year. Let's start moving forward. So we went to Fogo de Chao. I told you that we were in the last video. It is a restaurant that we absolutely love. It's not somewhere that we go all the time. We go on special occasions. Last year we went in December because I had lost 40 pounds, so we were celebrating. And this year we just went for Christmas. I did not take very many pictures for a few reasons. It was a little crowded. We had to wait even though we had a reservation, but also I'm not a very good photographer, so none of the pictures were doing the restaurant or the food any justice. But there was a beautiful Christmas tree next to us, and so I took a picture of it. Here are just some of the things that I got. They have a really beautiful salad bar, and on the salad bar they also have some assorted cheeses and meats, and this is kind of what I started out with until the carvers came around with the good stuff. So there was salami and prosciutto, and then there was some Parmesan cheese, and the Parmesan cheese was amazing. All of it was amazing. Fogo de Chao has a wonderful menu. It's a very large menu, so I just handpicked a few things. They have filet mignon, they have bone-in ribeye, they have bottom sirloin, of course they have pork, and then they'll have different seasonal cuts as well. And these were just some of the things. They have carvers that come to your table, and you say how much you want. If you want some, and if not, then the next thing will come out. They had lamb, they had filet mignon, they had ribeyes, they had all kinds of stuff. So if you've never been, definitely check it out. It's about $64 a person. They offer a lunch, a brunch, and a dinner. Also this year we went to the Christmas party. Philip's job, hands down, knows how to throw a Christmas party. Last year was wonderful, so I definitely didn't know how they were going to top it this year, but they definitely did. So this was the Christmas party 2024, and this was the Christmas buffet that they had. What I like about these types of parties is they accommodate to people who are vegan and also to us people who are carnivore. So we were really tearing up the brisket and the chicken. Of course, I stayed away from the sausage because it did have some peppers and other things in it, and I didn't want to take any chance with that. So great food, great time. Here was the dining hall that we ate at. They have live entertainment. I got to take some of the little table toppers home as a souvenir. It was just a lot of fun. And so this was a little photo op that I took. I tried to get the kids to get in it with me, but they weren't having it, teenagers. A couple weeks ago, we went to the Texas Roadhouse. Texas Roadhouse is very carnivore. We went online. We read about it before we went. They use all real butter in their cooking. So this was a salad that we ordered. You can actually order this, a salad with no lettuce, and they bring you out with a whole blob of cheese and egg and bacon. So this was our starter. And while we were there, we had the prime rib, which is the 16 ounce. I had one, he had one. I ate the entire thing. There was no to-go boxes going home with us that night. That prime rib was amazing. If you did not see our Carnivore Christmas grocery haul, be sure to go back and watch it. This was our grocery haul where we bought all of this food for $200. All the stuff that you see here in this video was purchased from Brookshire's, which we are very lucky because Brookshire's about less than 5 minutes away from our home. So we got a lot of different cuts of meat and of course our bubble water. Altogether was about 20 steaks. All right. You notice this picture right here. This was something that I got for Christmas. There's two things. I got new pots and pans, and of course that little spiffy sweatsuit that you see there. I have literally worn that out since I've gotten it for Christmas. I love it. So these pots and pans definitely will and have come in handy for all the steaks that I cook. Now, before I move on to other things, I also got this little coffee cup. I definitely couldn't pass this by, and I don't even drink coffee, but I just thought it was super cute, and I love cows. Even before I started Carnivore, I always drank out of coffee cups because I don't know, maybe I'm just lazy and I just like things with handles. And also another thing, we got this cute little pig. We saw this at Walmart. We went the day after Christmas where everything was marked down to 50% off. We're hoping to find a little cow, but this little guy had to come home with us, and he's been blown up ever since, and we just love it. And here we are doing burger night. We're definitely putting those pans to work. If you can see, those are our bacon cheeseburgers. We got those from Sam's, and they are ground prime rib. They are delicious. They are little, but they are thick. And then here was a prime rib that we cooked. Look at that. It was about 3 pounds prime rib, and it was kind of almost like a tomahawk, if you ask me. So we wrapped up 2024 eating good and feeling good. Great food, great time, and great memories. Looking forward to the year 2025. I am definitely looking forward to 2025. There is so much that not only do I want to do for myself, but for this channel as well. So before I wrap up, I want to tell you a couple of goals that I have personally for myself. I want to continue to make time for myself because that is what I did over this Christmas break. I took naps, I went shopping, I did some self-care, I cleaned my home, I did a lot of things, and I got to spend a lot of time with my family. I need to make sure that I slow down. We can always make more money in our careers, but we never can make more time. That was said to me over a Christmas break, and that really resonated with me, and I just believe that's true. I can always make more money. I can always work more hours, but something I can't do is I can't make more time. When the time is gone, it's gone. And just to save more money, to continue doing my walking, continuing to work out my arms, and then hopefully I'm going to branch into something else, maybe doing some different types of exercise when it comes to my legs, because I need to tone up my legs and my thighs, even though I get that through walking, but you know, maybe something different to add to my workout regimen. I would love to hear what some of your goals and your New Year's resolutions are. If you want to, be sure to leave them in the comment section. I would love to be able to encourage you and to help you along in any way that I can, or share some things that you got for this Christmas or what you ate and what you did. I would love to hear from all of you. I just want to say I'm super excited about the year 2025. I'm so glad that we wrapped up the year 2024, and I'm definitely looking ahead. I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to tune in. I'm your host, Priscilla. This is the Carnivore Journey. Until I see you again, bye.